What's going on, everyone? Today we're going to be talking about Red Purple Law, the new leader just introduced into ST10. He's really cool because his effect is activate main once per turn, Dawn -3, return one of your opponent's characters with 3000 power or less to the bottom of their deck, then play 1 4 cost or lower character from your hand. So essentially, while you have 3 Dawn, if you play out a 3 cost character, even like a 4 cost character, you can get 8 cost worth of characters out in the early game. So it really lets you go wide and also play removal in a way we just have not seen before. A lot of people are taking a liking to this leader. So we're going to take some time just to talk about him here today. And so, yeah, so this right here is essentially like the deck core. You'll want to play 4 Otama, 4 Brook. In some capacity, you'll want to play Ace. You'll want to play Gordon. If you don't have Gordon's, because he has gone up in price, so he's almost $30 now, you can substitute it with Hydra. Hydra is a slightly more affordable option. Not as good, but still does the job. Minus is 3. And then, of course, this law also having spiked in price, coming back down and becoming reasonable, because this is arguably only good during this format until the next OP4.5 format, in which you will not play this card. Then we have the cards from the structure deck. You want to play 4 Sachi and Penguin, the best card in the deck. On play, if there are 3 or less Dawn on your field, you may add up to 2 Dawn from your Dawn deck and set it as rested. So going first, going second, your turn 3, your 3 Dawn turn, your 4 Dawn turn, you go minus, you play a Sachi, and then you get 2 back, and that whole play essentially costs you -1 Dawn. Another good card is, of course, Jean Bart, a 5k body that you can play out with the ability, and then also pay 1 to ramp. So essentially making, if you leave 1 active, leaving 1 your ability to only cost 2, and setting you break even at the end at the start of your next turn. And then, of course, the best card probably introduced in the decks period that really just changed changes the dynamics and also puts an end to things like Newgate, or really just puts a damper on their day. The law, if your opponent has 7 cards in their hand, you can trash 2 from their hand, so essentially putting them at 5. So for a Dawn -1 on your 4 curve, you can make them -2 cards from their hand. Small price to pay. And then, of course, just more ramp support here with Beppo. On play and when attacking, if your opponent has more Dawn cards than you can add 1 from your Dawn deck. One thing that's unfortunate about this, not great in the mirror match. Still good because you swing and you ramp, but not great in the mirror match because they probably don't have less Dawn than you. Mirror match is gross, but we're going to take a look at some of the ways you can build it. One of the ways is like more film centered, of course. This is sample deck profile. Zoro I didn't include in the cards to play, but he's a very strong card, arguably the strongest card you can play, because on your 3 Dawn turn, you can play a Zoro, swing 5, use the ability, play another, like, a Sachi and Penguin, and you've gone 5/5. You're at 2 Dawn, going to go to 4, or you can even play out like another Zoro and go 5/5/5 and just put a ton of pressure on early. And then, of course, the Ace. I think this is one of the best cards. Because, like, yeah, you do not get rushed, but you still get to do -3,000 to 2 characters. Plus, you keep a ton of bodies, so you could swing bodies into minus characters. And he's the only character outside of Brook that does a -2, and he does a 3k, which really puts him in that threshold, but lets you swing on characters with your other bodies that have been established, but also gives you a 7k swinger when you don't have a ton of Dawn to, like, boost up your characters to swing either. And then, of course, it revolves around the film package here, both Law and Gordon, utilizing Buena Vista to search. And then also in terms of ramp, we also lean on Ein, so we have 12 searchable targets to reduce our possibility of whiffing, but also Ein going second. You play this, you go 5, then you can go 7, play that Ace, and then Ace ability minus, potentially like swing with Ein. Leader ability -3, play out another character, and things like that. And then you also, again, just have that luxury of that 7k body to back you up. And then, of course, we play 3 round table, 1 radical beam. You could just play 4 round table. And then another build, of course, is more traditional. This being just focused around the minus and the removal for Otama. Some people have been playing Sanji, so we went ahead and slapped 2 in there. He has a 2K, and in this deck, it can be very easy to lose track of counters. So this deck can be very no counter heavy, hence like Ein, Miss All Sunday. I've seen, again, like people split on these. This is great on the 5 curve, and then it ramps you up. You do also get to draw a card, which can be big. Since, you know, the resources can get very low in this deck. And then you've got like Jean Bart, but a decent amount of ramp to really get you, because you'll be minusing a lot and you still need some Don to work with to try to go for those finishers at the end. But yeah, this is the build here for a more traditional sense. And then I did not love this build. I feel like there's something here. I'm just not sure what it is, and maybe it's like, you know, cutting these events, more of this. Only playing 2 Law solely because we're playing 3 Blamenco. Since Blamenco can also do a minus 2,000 to somebody and be played on your first turn if you're going second, and then you can establish a Brook. Also leaning on Haruta to be able to use the ability and attach 1 Don. So with you going minus Don is very scarce, but this allows you to even maximize those resources that you have, attaching a Don to Brook or Blamenco to gain their value, and then even further leading it with being able to play Marco to pop, and also being able to play Vista Marco. Of course, if this was at 4, I feel like a build of this would be way better. But really just leaning into that Whitebeard package, because of course, like the Ace, you could cut Ace, work around with the ratios like up, possibly Law, like go 2 here still is probably fine. And then of course you like these events as well, you could probably move those around. But this was a build I was trying out. I think that this is the weakest version of it, but there might be something there with everybody heading into the weekend for the Treasure Cup. Wanted to get this out there. I'm gonna mulligan. Still not phenomenal, but that's okay. They're playing a striker build. Interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and play this Sanji. I'm gonna play this Sanji, and I'm gonna go play Beppo. Maybe I play Zoro, bounce back, play Bart effect. But if I play the Beppo starts generating me value on the next turn too. I do Flame Emperor, good to know. Resolve, I'll take. Yeah, I can go 5, 5, 7 Bards or Beppo, and then yeah, I can't play this Sunday though, which is unfortunate. Let's go 5. We're gonna take the life. We're gonna go super aggro here, which might be incorrect. They just Hordy. Wow. Interesting. 5. Now I'm gonna go, because then they're gonna have to come if they don't play Rush Luffy at my board. 7. I could also just wait till next turn and not play anything, and I could play the Sunday and then play a Beppo. Because if I play, I could play Bart. I think Bart and then Beppo next turn, just because I have that 1 Don here to use for him. 1, 2, 3, use. Because, like, yeah, I get the Beppo, but I can just hard cast Beppo, and it's probably fine. Did they take that 7? Yes. I'm at 5, 7. They took it. They're at 9 cards. I'm at 6. I don't think it's correct to keep playing this striker. I'm going to go 6 at Sanji. 7, 8 at Zoro, giving up 2 very good cards. Striker, I would have just went 7. Yeah, you can have him. Draw. I'm gonna go 5. I guess, yeah, he's gonna Red Hawk. Yeah, I wasn't gonna use that Sanji. I was just thinking about that though. I was like, because I'm gonna play a Beppo. I think I just established the Beppo go 5, but then I can play the Sunday ramp again. They don't have anything on board either, and I don't want to just keep going minus. Now they're going to be on 7. They can Flame Emperor, come at my face. I'll need to be able to stop that. Because they could put me at 0, and if I go 0, I just lose, yeah. So I'm going to have to go 2K, 1K, 1K. So that's good for them. 2K, 1K, 1K. So huge W there for them. I'm going to play this Sunday. Going to ramp 1. I've got that. That's nice. We're going to go 5. Going to go 5. I've got 2. We can play here. I'm at 7, 8. So I go down. I can still do a Sunday. Let's go 1, 2, 3 to play him. He literally hasn't played a single body this entire game, though. And he's playing Curio, so it's probably not a great build. Jozu gonna rush me for 5. I'll give you a 1K. Yeah, he's yours. I'm gonna play another Sunday in ramp. Yeah. And I'll get the draw 1, so that's nice. We're gonna go 5. Okay. Mo pass. Pretty good. They have a bunch of events, right? 1, 2. So like, I'll give you 2K, 1K. Now you just go 5, but I guess I could have taken it to the face and not gone to 0, because now, like, if they just put it at my face, I take it. I have to win this turn. I guess I technically don't. But if they have rushers, like, I probably just lose. So I can go here, here, go here, and then go 14. Because I know he's got, like, guard point. He's got radical beam. He's got guard point. Goes 15. Cool. That's one of the downfalls, I think, of this deck is, like, you just burn through resources. Because that's why it's, like, you can play the Brook, and why, like, I think that the Whitebeard build has some notoriety to it. Because you can play Blamenco or even just playing Blamenco. Because while playing Blamenco, yeah, another event. Ace. Yeah. And I just win. Yeah, because then they go, they can clear this. No, I'm not going to rematch them. But, yeah, overall, thoughts on the deck. I think it's very hard to play this on the sim. But I hope this helps you build your deck. Because you do have to, when you're practicing on the sim, you have to click their character to return before clicking your character to play. But it doesn't, like, force you to click one of theirs first or, like, choose. It just does it freely. So if you forget, it's bad. But yeah, here's just it in this 4.5 format. Just one of the things I was doing, just a little bit of best of both worlds, but I've been seeing it kind of like all over the place. But good luck if you're playing this one of these in the Treasure Cup. And as always, if you found this content of value, please consider subscribing. It would mean the world to me. It helps me out a ton.